But I'll have a little read through it, yeah. How you doing, Matthew?
All right, yeah, good.
In Hull?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad at all. What do you got for us?
I used to work with... I walked with her as well. I used to work with George Lucas's nanny.
Did you really? What, you mean his grandmother?
No, not his nana. His nanny.
Oh, he looked after his kids?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, obviously not George Lucas's nanny.
No, but his...
nanny.
His kids.
The thing was, we lived together, and she went to get this nanny job, and suddenly...
In this country?
No, in San Francisco this was.
Yeah.
I moved over there for a bit, and she went to get this nanny job, and she didn't know it was for him, and she ended up working for him. But strangely enough, the things you've been talking about tonight, something came up like this. They were on holiday one night, and it was a bit about, like, sizes, in terms of, like, the size of things, in terms of George Lucas, if you like. He went to the bog one night, and the toilet, and the nanny was stood, and this particular building was set up in such a way that the toilet and the window was open, and she was stood at the window. It's just one of the stories that she came back with. And she was stood at the window looking through the window, and obviously the toilet window, I don't know how it goes in these countries. I think we're in Switzerland or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
But it was obviously just like in the middle of the night, or not even middle of the night. I think they had a party, actually. And he went to take a leak, and she called a friend over, and basically he was stood there in front of the window. The thing was, is this whole party was about this guy called... They had this sort of favourite friend who was called Alan, but it was like the baby Alan Jones party. And he was stood in front of the window, and she came across and called a friend across, and they could see through the bottom half of the window was lifted up, and basically they saw the size of the thing.
George...
As they saw him take a leak, and apparently the story comes back, it was absolutely horrendously massive.
Maybe that's where he got the idea for the character Chewbacca. Could have been, couldn't it?
I'm not saying anything. All I know is that this woman was there, and she was at the baby Alan Jones party, and she didn't ever quite figure...
Who's the baby Alan Jones?
Well, the baby Alan Jones apparently was supposed to be a character in one of the films.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it was like a sort of... an extra... I've lost it. You've heard me. 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 You've heard me.
That was possibly the scariest call that I've ever heard. That really gave me the creeps. I'm shaking.
What an absolute psychopath.
Oh, I've got to get that off the logger. That was so scary.
So all we found out was that George Lucas has an enormous spaceship, which is fantastic.